Hello there everyone and welcome back to Better Than Wolves. Got a bit of a different project for today. There's been an update released, of all things. A long-awaited update to the game. And we're going to talk about it a bit. It's going to be a short episode today. Because I've actually changed my video release schedule to make up for it. So the video you're going to see in a few days' time will not be in order with this. It will actually be on the previous version of the game. But hey, that's the way things play out sometimes, right? I'm actually just looking for... I made one mistake in prepping for this. I do not have a crafting bench. Heck with it. I'll fix this tree later, Lars. I have an axe. Don't be silly, Gord. Okay. So, some of the new features are sitting in my crafting bench right now, or in my storage site. So let's just throw a crafting bench down right inside of this, our library here. Not for any particular reason, just because, hey, it's a good spot. There we are. Okay, so let's go down the list here. First things first, he added gravel and sand slabs. Now this is really cool, because you can make them from sand blocks or from sand piles. And I gather, although I haven't tested this yet, he gave them a few interesting characteristics. So if we go over, say here we are, and we place a sand, there's a gravel block, there's a sand block. They have all the same properties, I believe. So gravel is a faster walking surface and sand is a slower walking surface. But they have one other really neat feature, I think. I heard... you see that? These slabs fall. They obey gravity in exactly the same way that... Whoa! They obey gravity in exactly the same way as their full block counterparts. So that is exceptionally cool. I think that's got some really neat possibilities for the future. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun here. Second new block is going to make life complicated and interesting. It is an ender pearl storage block. And pearl's still only stacked to 16. But we can do that. And there's 3 of the new ender pearl blocks. That's a cool texture. I think we can work with that. That's going to be a useful texture. Now here's the really important thing you need to know about these blocks right here. These blocks now replace obsidian for the obsidian beacon, for the beacon. It is now going to be an ender pearl beacon. So the obsidian beacon I built in the end will no longer function. I'm going to need to replace it 100% with these blocks, which means getting even a rudimentary ender farm up and running is going to be, well, rather important. So it'll be a big job. And of course they're reversible just like any other storage block in the game. But that's okay, I wasn't really using it yet anyways, so I'm not that worried about it. Let's see, moving on down the list. He added a new system for despawning items dropped on player death. So this is a complete change to the way vanilla mechanics work. Before, the items would despawn 5 minutes after you, after 5 minutes, as long as you're in the chunk. Now, all items anywhere in the world will disappear 1 Minecraft day after the players die, which is 20 minutes of real time. And this is regardless of whether the chunks are loaded or not. Makes the behavior more consistent and reduces gamey behavior like avoiding the area where you died so the items don't despawn. Also means that expanding my road and rail network is going to be really important so that we can get back to where we died, especially when I die, you know, in the nether or the end or around here somewhere. So that's going to be an important change. He added ambient sounds to blocks containing silverfish, which we will go check out by heading to the end farm on our to check that out. So there's ambient sounds from blocks containing silverfish that act as a warning that you might be tunneling into an infested area. So that's kind of cool. Villager breeding is a little more forgiving now. Peasants will only breed to create peasants. Butchers and blacksmiths will breed to create both their own type and the other type. So if you have a butcher and you're missing a blacksmith, you can potentially breed a blacksmith out of that pairing, which is going to be cool. It means that long journey that Kate Trent and I did to locate a that last village would not have been necessary now. Although it would have required a lot of diamonds, but that gives us sort of an alternative option to going on a soul-grindingly long hunt for a village that actually has a blacksmith in it. Now, librarians and priests also function in the same way. The chances are higher when producing offspring of the class of the parents, but occasionally a child will be born at the same social level but of the alternate class. So that means also a village with a librarian can now produce a priest through breeding. It costs diamonds, but it's diamonds versus a very long trip. Take your pick. Changed wolves to think that villagers are rather tasty and villagers not to think very highly of them as a result. My biggest concern on that front is whether or not tamed wolves will attack villagers. So I would hope not, but you never know. So, but wolves are now a threat to your villages, so be warned. Wolves howl less frequently in general, so that because the howling could go a little nuts when there was lots of wolves around. So that's cool. Some cows were changed to spawn with distended udders, I guess, so that you could potentially get milk from wild cattle early in the game. A couple villager trades were tweaked, which is cool. Fixed a couple that were buying for excessively high value. Not sure what trades those were. I didn't see anything that seemed particularly lucrative. A few name changes to make things more consistent. Changed the way decapitation bonus for mobs between a chopping block and a saw works. Ooh. You hear that? Oh, that is creepy. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Oh. Right, this timer was actually off too. It was a lot slower than I thought. It was supposed to be a 1-minute timer, but I'm actually okay with it being a slower timer. Three ticks should do it. I'll have to calculate how long that takes. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, you should hear a creepy sort of, I don't know, insect scrabbly noises. Like there's, insects everywhere. Yeah, so this won't work anymore. See, beacon's off. Ender chests are back to normal. I don't have enough ender pearls to make a new beacon, so I don't think I have a large stock of them here, surprisingly. I think I took them all to the real world. So, let's see. Tweak the player's initial spawn so that it won't occur in jungles. So, original spawn will never again be in a jungle. Very cool. Very useful. /time command will display both the current overworld time and the total overworld time. I don't even know if I can use that, but nope, I don't even have permission to use that command. But it's a debugging tool, but yeah, apparently it can be used for some stuff to do some debugging. Fixed the problem where children and villagers wouldn't be subject. Child animals and child villagers would not be subject to possession while traveling through the nether, which is good. I never abused that, but, that just closes that little loophole. Let's see. Buddy block was tweaked so that because it wasn't detecting the growth of wheat, carrots, and potatoes. And in the case of carrots and potatoes, he also fixed it so that the buddy only reacts if there's a visible change to the plant's state. So the buddy will react to the 4 growth stages you can actually see, even though carrots and potatoes actually have 8 growth stages. Go figure. Okay, and then just a couple other little tweaks, nothing too big to speak of. He says this is just a warm-up now that he's back to programming. And that's it. So the slabs are just a really cool change. I love this. You know, because it's a new material available for aesthetics. And road building, you can now use all that gravel you've got for road building, and that's going to be exceptionally useful. Gravel slabs for road building, major time saver, and a nice alternative to the packed earth, because sometimes you have gravel. Anyways, I think that's all for today. Just a quick little update to the world, life, the universe, and everything in the world in Better Than Wolves. So thank you all, as always, very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.